Hello, testing. Yeah, cool, awesome. Could I see Celeste's suicide note? Did she know? Did she know? Wait. That one? Yes! Shelly the Killer. If you had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, this item should not have been inside it. Yeah. She shouldn't, yeah. This item, I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack a seat? Oh, you saw the suicide note, but like you can't actually see the suicide. You can't see what you can't see the contents of the note, basically. They did read it out in the court case, I think, before you arrived. But like, because it's a suicide note, what they instead did, Phoenix basically narrated about how the judge read the note, while the gallery listened in deafening silence, and gave a vague description about the contents of the note. Basically, that's what it was. Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it for her sake. Even for a minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she wouldn't have taken the suicide note out and burned it. All right, I think we're coming up to I think we're getting somewhere. Okay. Oh, so that's where you were going. So by the very fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, let's see. It tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle, which means, Your Honor, that it's impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before, how I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of the agreement. No, that's enough. If that is your intention, then there was only one thing for me to do. Hiccups. My hiccups are really strong. They send my whole body reeling. I'm gonna hold my breath. Hopefully my hiccups are gone. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter I must attend to. No, please, not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand. Otherwise... What is it? Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should. Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... The prosecution, What has come over everyone? Even you are... The prosecution rests. What is going on around here? The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. If that is the case, then even though I'm reluctant, I must believe that Mr. the Killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelly the Killer's client is Adrian Andrews. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor? If I end the trial here right now, then your client, Matt Engard, will be declared innocent. And in this place, Adrian Andrews will be charged with murder. Charged with murder? The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Engard, to the stand. The items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. The outcome now lies in your hands. Dude, did the old guy finally decide? Dude, To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. Huh. So, I guess even the old fuddly-duddy figured me out. Mr. Guard, what an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that refreshing, like a spring breeze crap, it's just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? You better get Angard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I do that, I will die. But if I say he's innocent, Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Oh, this is definitely okay. This definitely has to be. I did hear about a bad ending, and this has to be like, this has to be the bad end choice, or the bad end good end choice. Let's hear the defense's final statements on the matter. The person who I'm going to make a save here. The person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews. Then your client, Mr. Matt Angard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. But I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client Angard is... So I'm going to go for the bad ending. If this is it, I don't know. Just try not guilty. Huh. I think I chose the wrong... well, okay. I chose the correct one. Hold on. This seems to be the... Should know better to ask. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence here is in perfect condition. Someone did mention that Von Karma comes up in a very, like, big damn hero way. Like, she comes to save the day. So I think I just chose the good ending rather than the bad ending. Which is fine, because I made a save before that choice. So that's number 3. I'll go back to number 1. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine and his injuries are minor. All of his items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. That's Gumshoe's. I can spot his tattered rags everywhere. Anyway, I apologize for his ugliness, but there is nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Yay! This trial is already over. All that remains for me is to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every last piece of evidence. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, please, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These are pieces of evidence left behind by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left behind 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. Please, I'm done. A pistol, okay. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? I mean, a pistol wasn't used in this. It wasn't used in the thingy, right? I mean, I may as well ask the question. We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least with me. Oh, it was the gun that shot you. That's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh, I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. Like father, like daughter. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from Angard's mansion. Have you checked the contents of the tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah, but I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured the 3 officers at the site. 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelley the killer is no ordinary man. This is the last piece of evidence. It's the bellboy's uniform. From the Gatewater Hotel. Was that used during the crime? I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. What's that? There was a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Isn't there a button? Or yes, there is. Yes, exactly what I was thinking. I don't know if I wonder if they're related. I don't think there are. It is. Might be. That is all I have to present. Just as I thought. What is that, Your Honor? I'm sure we were under normal circumstances. These items from Shelley the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix, I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. Try, for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us. 2? The first? Make Angard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. The killer will always place his client's wishes first. But if Angard wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way. Force the killer to end his contract with Angard. If the killer were no longer to think Angard of his client, then he would let Maya go. That's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either of one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what's always worked for us? The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. Defense, prosecution, and the judge, we have all seen the pieces of evidence, and that is how we have come to know the truth. But there was one person here who has yet to see them all, and that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end. Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? Showed the killer the tape? Yeah. This court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying that it's us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show that evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Right, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. Please show your evidence as to who you think is the right person. That's impossible. To turn this situation around in one try. One try. That is all I will permit. I have to try to remember. Everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. But what? Okay, first things first. Why don't I have an alert on screen for bits? Second of all, I don't know what bits are. Well, I do know what bits are, ish. Thank you for the cheer, anonymous cheerer. Thank you very much. I do very much appreciate that. That's so kind and so very random, and also did not expect that. But whoever that anonymous cheerer was, I do thank you very much. Oh no, I'm embarrassed now. Oh, wow, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. Oh, cool. I've never received a cheer before. Dre Sang has redeemed Hydrate. Who did that hit you so hard I thought the stream froze? Yeah. One thing at a time. Dre Sang has redeemed Hydrate, and guess what? I forgot. When I went to get the bottle of water, I forgot to bring it up because I was speaking with my housemates. So let me get that bottle of water and bring it back up, and then I'll hydrate myself and stop being so flustered, and then we can get to the end of this trial. 100 channel points to pause the stream. Look. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show? Oh, fuck. So The Killer, yeah? Wait, The Killer, yeah. I see. And now. Tell this court what one piece of evidence you'd like to show this person. The tape? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring the transceiver. Looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing this about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured three officers in an attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me? Oh! That would be a very good reason for him to end his contract. There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted a camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client. Naturally. Naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Or was it? Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why why did Mr. Mattengard film the crime scene? The reason why he did this is my ticket out of this entire mess. Wanting blackmail on you. Danielle, I am very impressed that you figured that out. Danielle with the one brain cell that figured this shit out. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, at least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Oh, wait, he did say this. He did say this. He did say this. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. He literally said this to us on Thursday. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shady the Killer? Oh, he does not like it. He did not like that at all. It looks like I was deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. But that is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if your traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the end of the earth to exact my punishment. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright, yes? My contract with my client is as over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item. Maya saved. Gang, gang. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, no. Oh, yay, but like, oh, man, like, this trial appears I win? However, I actually am I don't quite know what happened. Miss Von Karma, where did that? She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Oh, he's sweating! He's sweating! Looks like somehow you've got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Oh, we're gonna get two. We're gonna get two. So Mia said there's two ways we can get out of this, right? We're gonna get both. Because the killer has ended his contract, which means we get Maya back. But the other option was that we'll make it so that Engard will literally beg to go to jail so that he doesn't get hunted by the killer. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this all right with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape from him now. Go on, Phoenix. Please plead whichever way your heart tells you. Do we send him to his death, or do we send him to jail? Guilty, yeah? I'm thinking guilty too, but like, it means he doesn't die and he gets to go into jail. You know what? Send him to jail because, again, he's very good at what he does, the killer. He can easily, like, infiltrate the prison and kill him. We'll go with guilty. Matt on guard. Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside of the detention center, your life would be in danger, no matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. All right, Wolverine. Oh no, my phone's gonna die. It's a good thing I don't need it for anything. All right, looks like we've uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard? I have left Mr. Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whip leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes, I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is no concern to me. Oh yeah, you really went in, Edgeworth. But after that, that's for the first time I saw myself for who I am. Please remember burger buns. Yeah, the burger buns are in my bag. Don't worry. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I'd finally been saved. Oh, bless. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen a smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. Aw, bless. Can't believe we won. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize there is something more than just not getting them not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think back to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. I'm increasing the price of Sing Mode. Like, piss off. Hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. You're gonna ruin a good moment with my terrible singing? Nah, you bad mind. Alright, cool. Say less. Now then, Mr. Wright. This is Sing Mode. I have to sing in a I have to talk in a singing way, Sing Mode, for 5 minutes. Let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter. I'm going to be singing so many random melodies. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. ... I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Should I... Wait. Oh, I got very confused. I thought I reloaded the game by accident. But no, it's just flashbacks to moments that just happened. It's not like I'm a fish. I don't have a memory of a fish. Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then, and your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth. I have good news. Meyer is now safe in police custody. Really? Really? Pearls, you're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? You're really getting your points worth. Yes, she's quite safe. She is on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Mystic Maya's safe. You did it, you really did it, Mr. Nick. Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Wow. This is every stream from now on. Not if I make it like more expensive. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong, Miss Von Karma? Oh, it's Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crushed! And yet, you are still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth? Phoenix. For my own personal victories. Boom, 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 boom. And for guilty verdicts. Boom, 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 boom. Phoenix Wright the musical. That's basically what I'm trying to do, honestly. I used every dirty trick in the book. Time's up, thank God. Shit. It's been 5 minutes. I hate this so much. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I think Dre Sang hated it just as much as I did. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then, yeah, it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. This was the fourth case in the first game. When he was accused of murder, and I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. But that's not true, because there was a fifth case that was added to the first game, which explains more. But the thing is, the first, second, and third game were released, right? Which means they were written. And then the fifth case for the first game was written after the first 3 games came out. So it makes it weird in certain terms of continuity. But that's not really the actual reason why he left the prosecutor's office. Or at least there's more to it than that. I left that note, Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well as you well should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should go crawl into a hole and die. Hey, Jay, homie, where my diet juice at? The most diet of juices, water. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense. We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. And how are we? I'm feeling so embarrassed because I just had to sing for 5 minutes. Second of all, I'm very hot. But finally, this radiator's turned off. Third of all, I believe we've just beaten justice for all, finally. Objection! No matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strength with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one, It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every something. But we always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me, the man who left, the man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Is that Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool. Miss Von Karma, I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. I mean, he's Edgeworth, so... And neither am I. It's over. It's all over? Franziska just threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. That's the thing I needed before. That is absolutely the thing I needed before to track him. There's something else. Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Hey, Maya, you're back. Mystic Maya, oh no, she's back. And, oh no, yeah. One big happy family. We love to see it. So guess what? I was wondering why it was so quiet. I forgot to put the music back on. You got on guard convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed the luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing there. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back to haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy for you to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're all right. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Oh, it's time for some burgers. All right. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Crab. Chow. I'm starved. I'm so hungry. Even you look like a nice juicy burger and a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Come have dinner with us, Edgeworth. Yeah. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we are gonna make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food! You know what? Listen. This is great. Oh no. My stream. Oh, that's fine. Okay. Food really do be good though. Oh, hey, you're fine. What's up? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got in? You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bully Mr. Wright too hard? What was that? Probably not. Okay. If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come now, everyone. Gather round. You're gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Oh, she got herself a new camera. Dropped another $1,600 on one. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh, me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Ah, well, you know. It's... Yo, Gumshoe really was the MVP. When I ran after the things from D-Killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item. Ah, come on now, it's over. Woo boy, I tell you, really something else. But between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Ah, yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, girl. So where's this picture of yours? You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. I'm sure it's nice to see them both smiling again. What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah, that's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, the tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have work to do. Edward, you haven't eaten anything yet. And you've gotten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you excuse me. Wait, what? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, Wright. I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. The whip, I guess? What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. Oh, shame. It was actually correct. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. Looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey now, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearl, behave. Oh, hey. Who's paying for this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick. Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles for pal. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. I guess I'm paying 3,000. Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Oh, you lot are rude, mate. Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? You don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal, time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, scream real loud. All right, if you say so. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. It's going by itself, so I'm not reading. Oh. Yeah, that's, we fucking did it. I love that for me. Pearl really made reservations for me and from Phoenix and Maya. So that's that. This was an interesting case. It was really wild. I still think the 4th and 5th case. My favorite cases so far, the 4th and 5th case of the first game. As far as this game is concerned, I think my favorite is the 2nd. The one with, what's her face? Eenie Miney. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, Eenie Miney. The whole case of Eenie Miney and her sister and all that stuff. That was a really good case. I really liked that. I think I really liked it because I think I figured out the plot twist of that particular case. I think it was the second case. I figured out the plot twist like really quickly. Not really quickly, but early enough. I plan on getting Triangle Strategy. Played the demo and it was cool. I tried to play the demo when it got announced on the Direct, but it hadn't come out on the e-store yet. So I ended the stream, and literally the second I ended the stream, then it came up on the store. Annoying. I am playing through the demo currently. I'm still on the first. I don't know how many fights there are, but I'm still on the first one. But yeah, no, it looks really cool. It takes forever for me to get like engrossed into tactical RPGs. I don't really enjoy tactical RPGs as a battle system, but if the story and the characters and the world are good enough, then that's enough to keep me hooked. So like I finished Fire Emblem, that was cool. Three Houses, I finished. I think there's only two tactical RPGs I've ever finished. There's Fire Emblem, Three Houses, and Jeanne d'Arc, which is a very obscure tactical RPG that was on the PSP, which basically is like a fictional version of the story of Joan of Arc. It was really good, actually. It was a good game. These credits rolling. These credits are rolling quite a while. We definitely did do an overtime. I said we finished this game today, and I meant it, even if it meant doing a 4-hour stream. So let me talk about what's happening next week. Where do we go from here? I'll put up the schedule, but I want to keep this on. I have no idea what's happening next week, actually. For my Tuesday one shot slot, I don't know what I'm playing. I haven't decided yet. Oh, she actually took herself to jail as well. Huh, interesting. Sick. I feel like I may play Sonic Heroes again and do a roguelike thing again, so you can see me stress out. Or I could play Hollow Knight, or I could play. I have a list somewhere. I could play. Tekken 7, or I could play The Medium, or I could play We Happy Few, or I could play Stardew Valley for the first time. I'd have to buy it though, Stardew Valley. Or I could play a bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake, or I could play The Messenger. Those are just a few that are on my list that I'm literally reading from right now. Hello. Whatever I decide, you'll see it on the schedule on Twitch, and then I'll also bring up the schedule will be released on Monday on my Twitter. So my Twitter is @jgeorgevgm. So follow me there, because I'm always updating stuff about my streams there, as well as any random banter and my music stuff. So yeah, follow me there. Did you know I was? How did you know I was here? Not me typing the social command, realizing, wait, is it socials? It's been a while. There we go. How did you know I was here? With this. That's. I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage, but it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that, man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? Does Franziska ever come back? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up. You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Franziska, so many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. The game is not letting me skip text. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure, such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius, there's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you're a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then finally my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. Oh, yeah? So it was never about her father. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using this tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me after I had left you behind all these years ago. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways. Franziska von Karma. Took a screenshot because, hello, excuse me? Oh no, she's crying? I'm Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Rare find. Our battle begins now, so you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Aww. I feel like she saw herself in Adrian Andrews. Phoenix Wright, one day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again. In battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this fourth piece. So I can give it to you when at last we meet again. What is the fourth piece of evidence? I like that. Hold on. Screen cap. That is sick. That is really cool. Was that the drawing that Maya did? That she left behind? That she couldn't find? Huh. Anyway, gang. Me in this beer. Alright, cool. So, next week, Thursday and Friday, even though this is this week's schedule, not next week's, but it will remain the same except for Tuesday. Thursday and Friday, we're finally going to be continuing on our Phoenix Wright series. We've done Ace Attorney. Well, I did that on YouTube. Just finished Just for All. We will be finally playing the last game in the original trilogy, Trials and Tribulations, where we will start with Turnabout Memories, where it seems like we will be there. Where it seems like we will be playing as Mia when she was younger and alive. That seems like it could be fun. I can't wait for that. So all that and more next week.